Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Legion Lads. I am your host, JR. Today we got Jose and Nick. What's going on, guys?
Yo.
Almost there.
Almost there, literally a week away. I'm excited,
Less
guys.
than a week.
Less.
Less.
Thursday we head
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm excited, boys. I don't know about you, boys.
Yeah, it should be
I'm
good.
excited. Finally, you might actually take first place since you dropped the competitive bracket.
Well, I mean, that's partially not my fault, but
I'm
again,
playing.
I will take all the heat for that because I'm not that mad about it because I do get goodie stuff, which is always a nice little bonus. It's so
He
ironic.
it
Like when I think about my first visit to LVO, like I was always excited to go because of all the stuff they gave out, and now that's changed, and it's just like, I'm in such a dilemma. I want to go to be competitive because I'm a competitive person, but at the same time, I like free stuff. So it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell.
he's just gonna go bully the people that are having fun.
Ah, me and Nick, top bracket. There we go, Nick. Me and you.
I'm bringing a list I've never even played.
Ooh, well, we'll have to save that. I was hoping we'll get a LVO episode before we go. So we'll see if it works in our schedule. But if we don't, um, it'd be fun to do the after episode of LVO. So
Critique the hot Jose hot takes. And
yes,
I will be at this LBO, so nobody can tell me, oh, you weren't there. Yeah, I am there, and it hopefully doesn't suck.
hopefully we get some good LOS blocking with the new terrain changes to area terrain. I hope that makes up for last year was a little bit more open. But we'll see. We'll see. However, guys, we do got lots to talk about. It's so fascinating that from the last time we put an episode to now, so many things got announced and revealed. So we're gonna go into all of that. Uh, the first thing I want to go over is that they did some stealth edits to the Battle Force document. I know we had mentioned it briefly in our Discord. I don't know if anybody else had looked into it, but I'm gonna read these off and I want you guys' opinion on it. The first one is Rex and Kraken are listed as unique upgrades allowed in 501st and EXD respectively. What do you guys think that is?
Makes sense. The upgrades, unit upgrades.
Yeah. Probably at mini Strav in November. We'll get more another packet like we got with new upgrades.
Well, I think that these are going to be able to be put into squads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
upgrades.
Yeah, which I'm
Yeah.
super excited for because I that's what they said they wanted to do. That's what I'm glad they're doing, and I'm hoping I already sound like a broken record. They take Root Cast out of the squad and make her own unique person. But cool, cool change.
At least
Uh,
Kraken might see the table now because with the new
mm,
STDs, Kraken's not even going to come out of anybody's closets.
I disagree with you. We'll get into that later, though.
When's the last time you used Kraken?
But to be fair, we'll
Exactly.
get into it. We'll get into it. Um, there's a new upgrade called Squadron Leader. Any idea what you guys think that might be?
Which one was that one in?
A lot of the changes like 501st.
Hmm.
I know Echo Base, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head, but many of them got that included into it.
It's probably like instead of, how we had I'm going to take a guess. So, you know how we have the conundrum with you can only have one leader mini? So maybe now squadron leader is replacing leader mini. So now it's your units can only contain one squadron leader.
Maybe. Oh, okay. I guess no, because they could just not put the leader queue.
Yeah, but they have the lead to they have multiple units then. So they have the leader slot and
Yeah.
then they have upgrades that have leader on them. And people were getting confused before they added the leader slot because some of the leaders were heavies. Now they have the leader slot, which allows you to take, example, you can take Ahsoka as a leader and still take your heavy shotgun.
I see what you're saying.
Like
Um,
Boyle's a leader, but he would go in the personnel slot. So you would technically have your like a leader upgrade and then another unit that like basically just you can't take more than one leader.
but this
And
is a
there's some
new.
upgrades.
It is a new upgrade, so you do
But I'm
equip it
saying
with your
like
unit.
I'm saying though like it's probably a replacement for the keyword leader.
I think it's got to be additional.
Hmm.
And that's what I would think, at least, because squadron leader is a leader of multiple squads, right?
Yeah.
So you'd still have your leader in your squad, and then this upgrade would attach onto that, even addition to it. At least
That'd be
what
too
sound,
much.
at least what it sounds like. I mean, who knows? But a squadron leader to me sounds like somebody that's leading multiple squads.
Yeah, and
You
it's
get
interesting.
Rex, Ahsoka, and a shotgun in a big squad.
When I think of squadron leader, I think of X-wings. So it's interesting that it's going to be on the ground. So, but they also added strike team leader and trusted agent to some of the battle forces.
Hmm.
Probe droids were added to Blizzard Force and Tempest Force. They previously revealed probe droids have detached special forces, which is interesting because Blizzard Force only has these as their special forces. So I wonder if you get to take a unit of them and then have a strike team kind of deal, or if you take a special forces, you could take these, which I think that's what they said.
The strike force is a detachment, or sorry, the sniper teams, the strike teams are detachments that don't count towards your normal count. So, I would assume if you take, let's say, the special forces like the commandos or whatever, um, you would have to choose between the strike team or the droid as your detachment for your special forces. Because it's only one detachment per special forces unit
But what's
is how the
interesting,
rule goes.
what's interesting is that in Blizzard Force, technically, they don't have any special forces they could take in Blizzard Force other than these probe droids now.
Oh, but
Yeah.
they're a detachment, you said.
Yeah, it says detachment special forces.
Yeah, so you'd
So
have to have a special forces unit to
it,
detach from.
exactly. So it's interesting that these are
Huh.
in the five are in Blizzard Force, but
Hmm.
they're the only special forces unit. But again, it might be a whole. You can have a unit of probe droids and then maybe a strike team of probe droids. Who knows?
Well, we're
Or
assuming we're
AMG messed up again.
no, well, I think we're assuming that the probe droids have to be an attachment to a special forces unit. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, that's valid.
Maybe they're an attachment to a core unit or
Special keyword.
to snowtroopers or something, right? So
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So maybe they lose the detachment of special forces, and you can just take them in Blizzard Force. You know what I mean?
well, then they'd have to have another card that says that though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because if you just had the card and the rule of the card, they wouldn't have that unless they
Well,
have a new keyword. They might have a new keyword. I guess that's possible. They might have a
yeah,
new keyword on there.
yeah. I was gonna say, couldn't Blizzard Force just say like they lose this?
So they've never, well, they'd have to put that in the document,
Yeah.
which they didn't, right?
Yeah. So interesting. That would be interesting. I'm excited for the probe droids. They reworded the current sharing rule for Imperial Remnant, so that way your Imperial agent can have inspiring presence and not mess up their independent.
Yeah, I think that was not needed.
Yeah, you don't think so?
They didn't need to be better.
They are dominating Imperial right now. Arguably, that's probably the only reason why they're, decent at the moment.
And didn't they just win a tournament?
I think you're right. I think you're
Yeah.
right. So, uh, yeah, Imperial agents and the Imperial commander is going to be taking these boys to a new set of heights.
Hmm.
The the last thing, my favorite thing, is that Savage and the Weequays were added to Shadow Collective.
Yeah, but not Hondo.
That's so
It's
Well, yeah.
interesting.
stupid.
Well, that makes sense though, because Hondo can't work with Maul, and Maul is a Shadow Collector, right? We already covered that.
Yeah,
I
but then
You just
hmm,
don't put him in a just on his card. Can't be played with Maul or something because like you can't weakway spam. Like think about it. So
y-
Shadow Collective is
mhm.
gonna have the weakway pirates and the tanks, but no Hondo. You should be able to take Hondo six weakways and two tanks and have it just be full blown
I think
weakway
at
madness.
Mini Extravaganza they're gonna have their own battle force
So that's possible.
because
I don't
But
then
trust it.
what? Yeah, it wouldn't be much to pick from. It'd even be even less than the Shadow Collective.
Battle Force already.
Hmm.
I mean technically
They
they could
they don't
have
they don't
pikes.
they don't even have a commander.
Yeah, the other do in the form of the AA5, the field
Oh,
commander.
yeah, I guess that's one way.
um, Yeah, I mean, you got heavies, you got core,
Speeder
operative,
bikes.
speeder bikes,
Yeah. Swoops. Yeah, swoops.
but they could make it to where you could take, you know, everything else that's in Shadow Collective, right? It's not the units in Shadow Collective are not limited to Shadow Collective, other than the Mandos and Maul, because they specifically have the hand, right, for Maul loyalist. But I don't think they're excluded to that. As of right now, they are. That could
Yeah.
change though. That could
Yeah.
change.
It would. Yeah. It works for. I mean, it works for eras because Hondo's in pretty much every era. So
That's true.
he could be with anything. I understand why he can't work with Maul,
Mm.
but he technically could be with anything else.
I wonder
I
if you're
feel like
able to
they,
take weak quays in the factions.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, the
Oh yeah.
mercenary
I
units.
yeah, you gotta.
I just,
I can't imagine that they won't be available to at least Rebel and CIS.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hate that. I hate that that Honda's a mercenary unit and he can't be taken in Shadow Collective because I feel like Shadow Collective is where all your mercenary units go, except for the bounty, some of the bounty hunters. Like Mando's not in there. I think that's it, right? Mando's the only bounty hunter that's not
Boba Fett.
And Boba, yeah.
in Boba Fett. Yeah, I feel like they could have just made Hondo like not a mercenary if he's not gonna
Well,
be played
he-
if he can't be played in the mercenary faction with his weak ways, then why not just staple him to um give him I don't know, staple him to like rebels or something. Like it kind of
well,
sucks.
here's the hope. Again, I already alluded to that, hoping that they come out with a battle force for the weak ways. But I'm also hoping that Mando and Boba get their own battle force in. That's kind of mirrors Imperial Remnant, right? And
Hmm.
that like you get
Mandalore.
more Mandalorians. You could take rebels, the Shadow Collective Mandos. I'm hoping that's in the works, and we got Mini Extravaganza,
It's gonna
so
be super expensive.
but it'd be fun. That's what's important. Um,
One bad shot and your list is gonna fall apart.
don't get shot.
Don't get rule number one. Don't get
Yeah.
shot.
And then Savage, it's text underneath his name says Maul's Enforcer, which kind of worries me a bit because I don't know if that implies that he's only going to be able to be taken in Shadow Collective and not in CIS.
I could have swore I already heard on one of the streams or interviews he was CIS.
Sweet.
He's
I
gonna have that keyword that Iden and Inferno have. What's the word where you get like shit. Being so close to Iden, you get an aim or a dodge. What
Retinue.
is it? Yeah, he's probably gonna have retinue.
And you might
yeah.
also have a keyword that if I assume he's going to be a mercenary and that he could be taken in Shadow Collective, and I maybe he'll have a keyword for like Dooku and Maul. Like if you take them with them, you can issue them orders, right? Because normally you can't issue mercenary units orders unless it's affiliated or somehow. So
Their own card.
Yeah, I'm not 100%, but I thought I heard somewhere that he was going to be CIS and Shadow Collective
and
eligible.
I think you're right. I think because he is coming in the Dooku box, like it makes sense that he'd be CIS, right?
I think he was going to. Gosh, why do I keep thinking more things I heard? I could have swore I heard he's going to have two unit cards.
Whoa, I like
Why?
your thinking, Nick.
I don't know why I have that in my brain that somebody said that.
Well, maybe somebody could correct us in the comments, or
The
maybe
Mandela
we find it.
effect.
Yeah, because that would be amazing. Um, but Nick, you got Hondo.
I did. Here, let's
Yeah,
see.
let's check him out. We haven't got to
Yeah,
see him yet.
yeah. I don't. I haven't painted him yet,
Oh,
but there he
hey,
is.
there he is. Did he come with all the cards they said he came, or did he come with anything unique that you thought like, oh, that's interesting?
No, he just came with his unit card, his two command cards. Here's actually the interesting thing. He came with this. The top half of a weak Quay unit leader.
Interesting.
So on his sprue came to choose to either build Hondo or build this guy. This guy is not in the picture
Mhm.
from Stravaganza.
Yeah.
So that tells me that we originally thought that when you bought that box, you get Hondo plus a full squad.
No, I
Now,
said you didn't. I
uh,
said, you have to buy when you buy
well,
the weekly box, you have to
they never
sacrifice a
they
weekly.
never said that though, at least not to my knowledge. But now I think it's kind of confirmed that you buy that box, you have to pick either you build Hondo or you build your Weequay unit leader.
Mm.
Interesting. Wow. Which I guess makes sense if you buy multiple boxes, right? You don't want to have build multiple Hondos.
Sure, but what kind of doesn't make sense though, if you only buy one, you can't do both.
Build Hondo
You
I
can't
think
build
that
Hondo and the squad.
I think that's why they said you get to choose
pre-order.
your unit leader. So your unit leader doesn't have to be a designator model. It could be any model that you designate as the leader.
But you're
But you
but
don't
you
get to
you're
play
technically not getting enough
both.
models though. Technically,
Maybe that's an extra guy.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. He's got the binoculars, just like just like the unit leader usually does. And
That's what I was saying. Like if you pre-order, like the other reason I could see you pre-ordering to get a Hondo is so you don't have to lose a mini in your weekly box.
now that definitely makes sense. Now it definitely makes sense to not have to lose a mini.
That's dumb though. Like if you're gonna, that makes me a little angry because if you're gonna so here's the thing. Weequay Pirates, and in there you can build Hondo. Okay, cool. So I have to choose to build my unit leader or sacrifice my unit leader to build Hondo, which means you're a mini down regardless. Why not just make Hondo his own
Sprue.
box?
Yeah.
Cause,
No,
cause then you'd be complaining
You
about
already,
purchasing that own
yeah.
box.
And again,
man, but it's no different than buying another
yeah.
leader or commander. Like you're already, and the fact that they gave Hondo in his own little box already shows he could be in a goddamn box.
And we're speculating, of course. Who knows? Maybe different. But it was interesting that the Honda box came with one sprue, and that sprue built everything of a Hondo and half a guy.
Yeah,
Like that's what it did. So,
that is interesting. And it sucks that we gotta wait till I think January.
January.
well, technically quarter one. I don't think they even have a release date yet. I could be
Ooh,
wrong about that. I think it's just quarter one, so not necessarily January. It might be like February, March.
oh man,
Uh,
that
the
kind of sucks.
weeklies come out at the end of January.
I think I have not seen a date.
Let me see. I pulled it up.
Well, while
And
you look that up, another thing they announced, which is crazy and amazing, is they announced a campaign for Star Wars Legion called Tours of Duty. It looks exciting. I'm gonna have a blast with it. Um, but we're gonna cover that in another episode because there's lots to cover in this episode of more stuff. But I wanted to give it
So,
its little announcement.
Pirates expansion not officially confirmed by Atomic Mass Games, but it is anticipated early 2026. Also, with the date of March 27, 26, appearing on retailer websites.
Interesting.
yeah, March. Yeah.
Yeah. Eesh, that's gonna be a while.
So that stinks if they ask me, yeah,
Yeah.
to not know like what his rule does.
Yeah.
Because I've been
Well,
thinking about it. Like, what if his rule they said command card bit, but who knows? What if it says like +1 or his
mm,
courage can only be minimum of this or
yep.
something, you know?
Yep.
Because yeah, having a one courage Hondo or a zero courage Hondo
Yeah.
doesn't sound good. So yeah, there's things we may not know about that rule.
Arsenal Zero.
Mhm. So, but I mean, I assume that they're gonna release that keyword in November at mini
What do you
scrapping.
think?
Yeah, I hope. I hope. Because
You
you
have a
already
lot
gave
of
it to
hopes.
everybody. People want to play this unit. Why
Hmm.
not give them what they want? You know what I mean? So, but we'll see. Back to the tours of duty. Nick, you excited for this?
Yes, I think. I think
Ooh,
I am.
why is the hesitation there?
Well, so it's going to take, I think, some work. Um, and it's going to have issues, I think, which is not a bad thing, but it does mean that it has to be very, very cooperative
Yeah,
between the players or the group.
yeah.
Um, because I don't know if you heard the interview that they did. They were
Hmm.
at an interview, and I'm paraphrasing, but the question was asked if they would fix things if things break in the system with the rules or just with new releases. And I'm paraphrasing, they basically said no, they won't. and it will be up to the players to not break the game if they don't want to play with a player that's
Ugh.
breaking the game.
You know what's so
And
funny? Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
and I immediately thought of you, JR.
I know. I thought of me too.
And I'm like so so it's like, well, then I can't. JR can't join. He can't play in the league.
Hold on. So it's so funny because I watched that interview too. That was with Fifth Trooper. They pretty much said what you said. They said no, they're not gonna change anything because everybody, at least I did, alluded to four health aquas, and then they had said like, hey, what if I make four aquas? He's just like, well, you could do that, but then you would have no one to play with. And I just
Hmm.
thought to
Yep.
myself, he's
Yeah.
talking to me. So I like that interview that they gave that because he's absolutely right. Like there is fun in breaking a game and min maxing, but it's more fun to have people to play with, right? So when I brought that to everyone's attention in our Discord, I was just like, I am not gonna do that. I decided I'm not gonna. My goal isn't to break the game. My goal is to bring it to people's attention of what can we do, cannot do, because I'm slowly learning in my 38 years of living, barely, that you both want to have fun. It's fun if both of you are having fun and not just one of you. And that's something that's a hard lesson for me to learn. Which so I could give you a rest, Nick, whenever you throw your league. Uh, yeah, I'm okay with making that one of the rules. Let's not make aquas for health. You know,
Yeah, and I was even thinking like, oh, like that one's like so easy. Just say it adds one health to one, like because that's
oh
really what
yeah,
it does, right? It adds
mhm,
one.
right.
Um, but yeah, but even just beyond that though, like when they come out with a unit or an upgrade card in November, it's all of a sudden, oh, look, if I put this upgrade card in Tours of Duty, now I can do this, and it's like infinite breaks the game. It's like,
Mhm.
well, then you just have to not do that.
I agree cold-heartedly. Like it's one of the things I've been thinking about too. Is like, do you run battle forces in Tour of Duties or do you not?
No. So
Okay.
and again, I'm gonna throw all this out there to the group and see what people are interested in doing. But in my opinion, no. Tours of
Yeah,
Duty is a battle force.
I
Don't
agree.
play battle force.
Mhm. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one too. And I like what you're thinking is like leave it to the group, let them all decide because yeah, I want people to have fun. I'm not trying to win all the time, guys. I just like min-maxing, which is a problem, and I understand that. Jose, are you excited for this?
I got zero interest.
Interesting. Why?
I'm not a campaign guy. First off, I'm very much not a campaign guy. Um, like I've tried to do like D&D, not for me. I've tried to do Power Rangers came out with their own Dungeons and Dragons esque, and I bought into all that, and I just have zero interest. And I love Power Rangers, so for me to say I have a campaign I can play with all my friends, and it's Power Rangers, and we can do D&D, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a dumb purchase. Like, I'm not a campaign guy. And then the thing is I hate that comment of no, we're not fixing it. Players don't do it. I hate it because it tells me one thing. It tells me that they did not go through or think of extensive testing. So, for instance, when they introduced Phase Two's arcs, and we had Arcstar and Rexstar, like when they release stuff in the game now, I always get on the of the opinion of these people. They play test it for years, months in advance, whatever, but they don't have the competitive thought process that players do of I'm gonna min max and I'm gonna break this shit. And then they come back months, years later, and they're like, "Oh, we got to reel it back." Um, when they have the interview and they're like, "Yeah, we're not fixing nothing," it makes me think of like Spec Ops. Like, did you guys really play and think this through, or this is just an easy game mode you can just throw out there and just if it dies, it dies. It's
Well,
no sweat off our
to be
backs.
to be fair to Spec Ops, FFG made that. That's
Well,
my
no,
Oh,
I,
that's
well,
that's
yeah,
that's
oh,
yeah.
my that's my conspiracy theory. So my
he,
conspiracy theory,
Okay. But
because
AMG released it.
yeah, because think about when that came out. That was not that long
Mhm.
after they got the game. I That's my conspiracy theory that
I w-
FFG had a file and they said, "Oh, here's this too," and
You
then
think?
I
AMG
was
said, "Put it out,"
and I
and
was
just put it
pumped.
out.
I was pumped for that too, and I didn't even. I got it. I got the rules for it. I read the rules, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather just play Legion. I'd
Right.
rather just play. I'd
So
rather just play Recon or whatever, or Skirmish. I just it bugs me that they're like, here's a game mode. You don't break it, or you don't get to play. How about you just make rules where they're not going to be
No, no,
broken
well,
to the best
I
of your
think that's
ability?
okay. I think that's
yeah.
okay with this because one, they're upfront about it, and two, that's what this is for. So I not to exclude people, but this is not for a
Yeah.
person that wants to break the game.
Yeah.
Um, and that's you almost need somebody to mediate it, right? You
Yes.
almost need someone to run it. Not necessarily. Like if two people can meet, great, right? But if you're trying to do a group, somebody has to kind of put some rules in play. Um, and that's okay. Because
Yeah.
if you read the rules, you don't even really get rewarded for winning.
Mhm.
It's not you get a surge on the red die. That's it for one extra point. That's the only thing you get for winning, actually winning the game. So it's not like it's for that. So they were upfront about it. Hey, I appreciate the being upfront about it.
I'd
And to be
rather.
honest, I rather than them put out a mode like Spec Ops. I think that may have been their answer, not AMG's, like you said, FFG's answers to Kill Team, 40K. But I'm okay with them releasing a campaign because the campaign isn't for the min maxers, the die hard, the competitive. It's for people that want to just have a story to tell or just have fun with the game. And I'd rather have them pay more attention to the actual game and the rules there, right? Spend their attention balancing that version of the game versus trying to balance them because now they're splitting up their time and it's getting all messy. It's just like Nick's right. We can control the narrative of this. One thing I learned when I was playing Story Time with Nick is that Nick didn't get anything when he lost. He just I got all the points. I got all the rewards. And so it was like a snowball effect. So then when I played it with John, John got half my points, no matter what I got, right? And it was that slow of just trying to learn how to balance it to everyone's having fun and no one's feeling left behind. And I feel like that's an easy thing to do with the campaign in this more format. Just
I
like, hey, JR, you can't make 4 health aquas because that's too broken. You know?
Well, but the other thing I'm thinking of is like AMG's pushing their terrain. They're gonna start pushing their terrain packs. Okay, cool. Instead of doing like don't get me wrong, this campaign thing, if it's not for me, it's for everybody else. That's great. But like, remember the drop pod and remember the bunker and remember how those came with their own game missions. Like play this one, it's Rebels and Empire only. Then once you play this one, you play this. It's pretty much a campaign, with the limiter being you're playing with these rules, and even and I feel yeah, that was an FFG thing, but I feel like they so looking at FFG's thing, like when you played those campaign missions that came with the terrain, it was very specific, Rebel only, Empire only, and then things that could break the game, for instance, like old infiltrate, it was literally on the card, units cannot infiltrate.
Correct.
So it's like, okay, cool, that's a campaign. Infiltrating clearly would have been an issue, but because it's a campaign, it was clearly stated on the card, infiltrate unit, you cannot bring infiltrate units or something like that. So I was just thinking like, why not just, you're pumping out all this terrain, why not just start doing little campaign cards for people who want to do stuff like that? Then you're not breaking anything, because whatever it is you think was breaking, you just have it stapled to the card like FFG did.
It
I mean, but it is what it is.
wouldn't have the army modification though. That was like very campaign light. It was very little. It was really just a different objective mission. Um, so I mean, this is something I think this is something obviously way more complex than that. It's really not even about it is about the mission, but it's also just about your army and building your units and giving them a name and all that kind of stuff, which can be fun. The one downside is I have to buy a custom commander if I want to play this.
Why?
You got him, AMG. You got him.
You can't bring unique
Yeah.
commanders or operatives. Well, you can, but they can't be part of your main
It
force.
it
You can
has
spend
a
points.
it has a
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 feel to it, which I really enjoy and really like. You can hire a commander or operative for the mission, but you only get him for that mission and then he goes
Hmm.
away.
Yeah, you could hire Luke or hire Han, but
Yeah,
your commander needs to be a custom
yeah.
commander, basically.
And that's what I really enjoy about it, and that's what I'm hoping to have a lot of fun is you're gonna
A way
get
for them to
invested.
sell more customs.
It
It
is,
is. It is.
it very much
Yes, it
is. Yeah,
is.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Which is cool.
Oh, they might have sold one more.
Yeah, yeah,
In 200
exactly.
miles.
And I know other people are excited for this that haven't really played the game before, and now they're like, oh, I could do this with my buddy. It's just like they got him. It's a perfect thing. So I'm excited for it. I promise I won't min max. You guys can put as many rules on
I'll
me as you want.
I'll see when I
Nobody's
believe
gonna
it.
trust you. Nobody's gonna trust you. This is why nobody wanted.
Hey,
Everybody who played Storm Tide with JR no longer plays Storm Tide with JR.
hey, I saw the 4 health Aqua and I was like, ooh, people are gonna hate me if I do that. So I caught myself. I caught myself. Okay, moving on. Um, we last episode covered the minis or the custom Jedi and custom STDs. Those that is the super tac droid
Just the
abbreviated.
card. Just the
Just the
unit card.
card. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that. All right. Can you guys see the page?
Yes.
Okay. So they finally did a scene to stats, and we're gonna go over this now. Jedi's and the super tac droids are unique because the Imperial and the Rebels, you had nothing compared to because they took out the old generic commanders out of the game, which AMG seems to love to do now, is take units out of the game. And so these two are unique in the sense that you actually have things to compare them to. So I want you guys to keep that in mind because I am very much going to be judging these guys based on their counterpart, right? So the Jedi Knight General and the Jedi Knight are compared to the Force users, like we did in the last one, and the Super Tac droids are going to be compared to Kalani and Kraken. For me, anyways. Okay, so let's get it. Let's dive into this. We already covered the unit cards stuff. Let me go over their. Did we go over their point costs, or was that leaked during the same week as well?
That's what we went over.
It was like 105 for the
Yeah, it's
general
105 and
and like
85.
85
It's
for
funny
the
that they
night.
didn't. It's funny they didn't post the back of the card in the transmission.
Yeah. Well, we only have leaked versions of the back of those cards. We don't
So
actually
we
have
don't
a
even.
AMG. You
Yeah,
know.
So for the record, it makes me iffy about Tabletop Admiral because you Tabletop Admiral and Legion HQ are what players use to make their armies. Well, not having the back of card is lacking information because we don't know exactly what upgrades they can take other than the must equip and what those equips add to them. Because some of those equips, as we're going to get into later, let you take an extra upgrade. Um, so I'm seeing like some really dope builds for the Knight and the General on Admiral, but I'm sitting there and I'm like, you don't even know if the card has all these.
no, we
So
do.
to
Well,
me,
we
We
it's
do.
we
We do
iffy.
do.
know.
We
Yeah.
do.
We do.
We
Yeah, we
do.
do.
We saw a picture of the back of the card. So true. We haven't.
When?
And I
Um.
posted in Discord.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
Um, but in last episode we covered the cost or no?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then we must have went over their
because
everything that could be equipped.
we were talking
I.
about how expensive or cheap the
Yeah.
upgrades were gonna be.
I honestly I think we were guessing, but
Yeah.
in the Discord we talked about it.
Yeah. Maybe we didn't. I don't. It's hard to remember.
It is
I
because
haven't. I have in front of me though. I have in front
yeah.
of me.
I
So the
go
so the
ahead.
generals 105
Mm,
has a oh gosh, now I'm even drawing a blank. What's the new one again?
Doctrine.
Doctrine. One doctrine, two force powers, two trainings, one weapon. And then the knight is 85, one doctrine, one force power, one training, one weapon. So they're pretty much the same, just with the general doubling up on the force powers and the trainings.
And the points. Well, not doubling up on the points, but
Not the voice, but just more points, 105 to
yeah.
85. Yeah.
Which again, as we go over this, I want you guys' opinions, everything, and then you guys gotta give me a letter grade because we did last episode. We'll see what you guys think now. So I'll go ahead and start reading the doctrines. Oh my god! For 5 points,
So
you get
good.
General of the Republic. It's for the Jedi Knight General only. You get an upgrade command
Come here.
slot. You get Bolster 2, Direct Clone Trooper, and Aspire 1. For another 8 points. This is for the rest of these are going to be for the Jedi Knight and the Jedi Knight General. This unit gains a Force upgrade slot and steady with the Force Blast attack, which is range 1 to 2. It's Blast Impact 2 and 3 blacks. Then you get for 5 points Jedi Negotiator, which is the last one. I don't think I said the name. Jedi Consular was the last one. You get a training slot. You get Force Shove, which is 1 to 2. Blast, spray, suppressive, and 1 white die. Obviously,
Meh.
it's a spray, so 1 white die per mini in the unit. The last one is Jedi Guardian for 10 points. I think this is my favorite one.
Ooh.
You get Charge, Surge to hit, and Lethal 1. What do you guys think of those doctrines so far? Out of all the doctrines you've seen so far, how do these compare to those?
All great except for the bottom left corner, the spray with the white dice.
I don't know. That spray white dice seems pretty good.
I have to concur.
Nah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, with the
Wait,
large,
you agree with the in the Discord? You're like we're very against it because it was white dice. What's changed your mind?
So you said the least one. I don't think this one's the least one. I think this one's second to least, the Jedi Negotiator. I think the least one is
Really?
the General of the Republic.
No.
I think the only reason why you're taking that one is if you're building a clone army, which obviously
Hmm.
you're in the clone army faction. But like if you want to direct your clone trooper, you want to inspire them, bolster. But if you want to make them killing things, all the other three are your best bet. With Jedi Guardian being the top, Jedi Consular being the second, and then Jedi Negotiator being the third.
why not all? Why not both? That's the thing. So why not make a general that's killy and one that's your general of the Republic? So you have one that's killing and one that's directing and
Yeah.
bolstering.
So I made
Literally,
the point. I made the point in the chat with Rob because I back in old Legion when everybody was like Rex, 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 Anakin, Anakin. And you remember my list. It was two 55-point commanders, six phase twos, three arc strike teams, and my whole gimmick was it's just clone ball, clone boys, surges everywhere. I don't need everything else. I got
I
everything I
love
need
that
right
list.
here. And I feel like with these Build-A-Bear units is you could do the same thing. You could take two commanders and two operatives and just back flood with clone boys and you got your direct, you got your charge, you got all the other fun stuff and I feel like this is another way you can do another generic list that doesn't require named heroes and it still have power to stand behind it.
I agree with you. I agree with Nick too. Like this is like my dream right here. Running 4 Saber users. Like I have a list of just nothing but as many Force users as I could cram in it. That's my
You
goal
do
right now.
seven. You do
7.
seven.
Was it 7? Thank you. Like
It's
that's
seven. It's seven. It's two knights, two generals, two knights, Ahsoka in a infantry unit, and then you can do two to three guardians on arcs,
yeah. I
and it's
honestly
just
and
sabers.
yeah, that list that I have has Yoda in it. If I swap out Yoda for another Jedi Knight General, I'm pretty sure I can have arcs instead of ARFs. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's gonna be fun. I want to do that. That
Yeah.
I wanted. I might buy ARFs just to do that list. So I could have more Jedi.
And this and the General Republic, even if you do that one, your Jedi could still be killy. The lightsabers don't cost anything.
well,
So,
Hmm.
okay, Nick, you jumped ahead of me, but
all right.
yes, I agree with you. Okay, so this next thing we're gonna go over the weapons,
He's
and
so excited.
I am so excited and so pissed off at the same time. And just as Nick alluded to, all the sabers are free. They're
Criminal.
free. It
It
is
is
criminal,
criminal.
but I'm okay with it because I want to run these. But I'm not okay with it because of all the other custom commanders. I feel like I gypped a little bit.
They did.
So let's go over the lightsabers. So you have the regular lightsaber, which gives you block, and then the lightsaber gives you 2 red, 3 white, 1 black. It's critical 1, impact 2, pierce 1. Now it's important to note all these sabers are all melee. They're not a ranged weapon, which makes sense. The next one is the twin lightsaber, which is 4 white, 4 black, high velocity, impact 2, and pierce 1. And then
Called the Hondo killer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Hondo Killer.
You're absolutely right. Then the last one, and I think the best one, I want you guys to take which one you think is the best after this, is the double bladed lightsaber, which is gives you charge, tactical one, and if you already have charge, sorry, if you have charge, you get tactical one instead of charge.
Mhm.
It's one red, three white, two black. It has ram one, impact two, and pierce one. So what do you guys think is the best one? Nick, you go ahead. You start first.
I think the best one is the twin.
Why?
Not
Mm,
not that any of them are bad, but the
Mm,
best one's probably the twin.
higher
why? Why do you
ceiling.
think though?
8 dice with high velocity. Like
That's
that's
so
gonna get
good.
that's gonna get around so much stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's, and again, not that I think the double is good too. I mean, gosh, even the
I
regular
know
one's good.
they're
So,
so good.
but the twin, and other thing to note too, these are not unique. So
No,
you could
Hmm.
bring 4 twin lightsabers,
yeah, yeah,
and no one's bending dodges against you.
yeah. It's so which is like dodges are the only thing that the force users really have for defensive wise because they lose their deflect when they're in melee,
Hmm.
unless they have into the fray. And but normally they take dodges to try to keep alive. But nope, the double twin blade sabers like denied. Um, Jose, what do you think?
Twin lightsabers have the higher ceiling, and you're gonna call me crazy because I know you want to combine the charging. You want to combine the charging doctrine with the charging male with the charging double lightsaber so you can gain tactical. I like it because if you don't want to use the charging doctrine, this lets you circumvent that, still get charged, and get take a different doctrine.
And so my take and the reason why I think the double blade is my favorite is because if you take that and you take the Jedi Guardian doctrine, now you get charge and you get tactical one. So you're getting at least two dodges with I'm sorry, not dodges, two aims with
Aims.
with Ram one. I feel like you're gonna hit on all five dices. And
All
six if
all 6 dice, you mean, right?
thank you. It is six. Six,
Hmm.
Yeah, no, and
seven,
that's
seven if you take tenacity.
that's why I said like I know why you like that one. Me it's like I get it's the min max versus me saying, "Hey, I can choose to take a different doctrine because I just want the charge." I get tactical as a bonus, why wouldn't you do it? But it's just if I didn't want the tactical and I just wanted the charge, I could then free up a doctrine for another doctrine that I wanted instead
And it's all
and
well and
still get
good.
charge.
It's all well and good for us to try to like pick the best one and say bring this one, bring that, bring this one, bring that one. The really funny thing about it is bring all of them. You,
Yeah.
you don't even have to make a decision. You don't even have to decide. Just bring them all.
And like it's not like there's a better by a big margin. There's better like slight, and it's all just people's preference. Because I'm not even gonna lie, high velocity on the saber is so good that like it makes it very difficult for me to be like, which one do I want to bring? Which I have a project that I can't tell you guys yet. Jose's gonna know about it here in the near future, but I'm excited to do
You
it.
got to pay me for the other project first, asshole.
Whoa. First,
Language.
let's get through LVO, then we can talk. Okay, now if the doctors and the lightsabers didn't sell you on these guys already, buckle up. There's more coming in here. We got training slots. So the first training slot is for 8 points.
My God.
It's Jedi Training Master Duelist
Ugh.
with 2 pips, so that means two people can have this. This unit gains block. If it has block, it gets outmaneuver. Has critical
Dumb.
one and jump one. Then the next one is Jedi Training Peacekeeper, which is gives you prepare position, reliable two, and sentinel. I think sentinel is kind of meh, but prepare position and reliable two. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Then for 5 points, you get Jedi Training Force Adept. Gives you your unit jump two and a force upgrade. Then any force upgrade
Oh
that
my
gives that
God.
you discard,
Ah!
you can now tap it. This is the most broken one of all the training
Yeah.
It's
slots,
five
Yes,
points.
dude.
and it's only
Everybody.
5 points. That's forever speed two on versus speed after your speed three. That's clairvoyance every turn. There's another upgrade that I can't really remember off the top of my head that you could tap.
Tranquility.
Tranquility. Thank you. Um, does the new one for the dark side tap? I can't
You don't
remember.
want to play that anyone anyways. Well, you couldn't put on this anyways. They're not dark side. So
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
Yeah,
this card's
yeah.
correct.
So this, okay. I should have read this one last, but I forgot which one was the best one. The next one is Jedi Training Tactical Acumen.
Acumen.
I mean,
Acumen.
Acumen.
Thank you. For 8 points, you get Guidance Core Trooper, which is okay.
that's you think about these huge death squads that clones are running right now, these super squads. That's actually pretty good
You're not wrong.
because you could combine this. You could put two of them on the table
Mhm.
and Yoda if you
Yeah,
wanted to.
yeah.
You could have your squad move 3 times before they even go.
And like I was telling in the Discord, you could have Anakin and at least because I think you only could take two. Yeah,
Yeah, just two.
two Jedi, either commander or knights, prepare position with him
Yep.
with bursts of speed.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh! Like I am so split whenever we do our Tour Duties League, either playing CIS or these guys, because how good these Jedi's are gonna
You
be.
gotta have
It's
official
ridiculous.
models to play these guys. Nick already said.
I'm gonna have official models for these Force users.
Give
That's
me
for
your
sure.
stuff, John.
Oh,
And
oh man.
and the other thing too is that the general comes with 2 training slots, and the knight
Mhm.
comes with one, and there's a doctrine that could give him an extra one. So
Yeah.
you could have a general with three with 3 training slots if you wanted to, and 3 force powers.
Oh my God, that's gonna be so good. Expensive, but probably cheaper than
You know
Anakin.
what? It's not that expensive.
It's not
I
expensive,
Yeah, you
It's
want to
dude.
know
not that
why?
expensive.
Because you get your sabers for free. I'm not mad
Yeah.
at AMG. I'm not mad. I like
Here's the
it.
thing. I'm gonna tell you right now. Those sabers are gonna get cost adjusted.
Mhm.
Two of
No.
these four cards right here are gonna get cost
No.
adjusted.
Nope. No, they won't.
Dude, yes they will. Yes they
So
will.
so
What,
maybe
with the conversation I just had about how AMG doesn't know. You think AMG was thinking, Anakin, prepare position. Two Jedi Knights, prepare position. All of them have burst of speed. All of them can take. Two of them can take Jedi training.
I
Adept.
I
They
think
weren't
they're
thinking about this
I
stuff,
think they're
dude.
okay. I think they're okay with that.
You don't.
So
No.
these are really good, but everything we've seen about the customs has been
But
really good.
you know why they're good right now? Because they're about to rug pull you. JR is gonna buy four of these. He's gonna be playing Gar like crazy, and then he's gonna get
You're right.
point slammed. He's gonna be like, "Why'd I buy these?" And
If
AMG's like, "I already have your money, bitch."
well, I guess I'll say this: if they do that, it won't be for a year.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I didn't give a time period. I'm just saying two of these cards are gonna get points adjusted. Those because think about it. The Rebel and Imperial ones we were looking at, we're like, those are pretty cheap for the amount of dice you're throwing. These things are free and they are way deadlier than those things.
They are a little more
And
expensive, though. They're a little more expensive than the
that
Rebel and
doesn't
They
Imperial.
they
does
are more expensive.
that's not game not enough to be like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, if JR so for instance, if Jedi training was not two pipped, JR's putting four of them on four different customs, and he's okay paying 20 points to do that. That's
True.
that's the type of thing, like, them moderating this is putting stupid dots on these cards because they know people like JR exist out there.
I'm
But
just
I'm
saying,
telling you right now,
clairvoyance
you,
every turn. Oh,
dude, I'm with you. I'm a clairvoyance person. But what I'm saying is, I'm looking at these things and I'm like, yeah, Rebels and Imperials got the shaft. Completely got the shaft, in my opinion.
I wouldn't.
The auxiliary that those units are going to provide are not anywhere near the auxiliary that these units are going to provide in an already stout faction is the problem.
I would say they got the shaft because they were still good. I mean, these are you could say these are better, but that doesn't mean what Rebels and Imperial got was not good. It was good. It was, and they are going to do a lot as well. Um, so
Our Jedi,
the these
the guard,
but see these had to be at this power level because you think about it, the Rebel and Imperial, their counterpart that they were competing against point wise, power wise, were things like Leia and Jin and Cassian, like units that would just die instantly to Anakin, right? So these units are these units have to be good enough to play, so you don't play Anakin, so you don't play Yoda, so you don't play, you know, uh, Obi-Wan. So they have to be more powerful. They just had to be more powerful than the Rebel and Imperial counterpart.
Well,
I
I
think
honestly,
this
I
is
think
an
that's
issue.
I think that's kind of a mute point because I feel like you should want to run Anakin and Obi Wan and Yoda because those are your name guys, and these should be your support or slash, like a
These
decent attackers.
these don't have to be though.
These guys
They
I think are better by far than those guys.
Well,
well, hold on.
that's
This
what
what Nick was saying is like you don't have to bring Anakin and Yoda and all that stuff now. The Anakin, Yoda and Anakin can get upwards of 180 to 200 points. You can stack these guys that are going to better support your army at a cheaper cost, which is way more value. And the other upside is these are now the only Jedi in the game that can full speed burst of speed, max 3 speed 3 times a game, or completely burst of speed one and be your normal speed the rest of the game. No other force user can do that, and that's wild to me.
Yeah, it
I
is
was even
wild.
think
There's
I
no
was even
running. Where are you
thinking
gonna run to?
I was even thinking Tranquility is a lot cooler now with the training
Oh,
where they wouldn't. So
yeah.
now every turn after one of your units rallies, you can roll red dice to take that much more suppression off them and yourself. Every
But
turn. So
but
that's pretty cool.
I don't think the clones need it because a lot of their units are courage too.
True, they may not need it, but it's nice to have.
Sure,
It's
I mean it is.
when you do need it, when you do need it,
You're right. You're right. I mean,
because we're going to see some things in this pack alone where things are hanging out for suppression of turn.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And if the meta goes to more of suppressive lists, then this is a good answer. Tranquility is a good answer for it. But
These are
I mean,
crazy.
arguably they don't need it because of the Courage 2 bubble. But again, you might be right. Uh, okay. Now, if that wasn't enough,
Good cards.
both the Jedi Knight General and the Jedi Knight get to take both command cards. Now, let me go over those command cards for you. The 3 pip is called Affirmative General. It's for 3 commanders or operatives or clone units. When issuing order with this card, you may choose not to issue up to 3 orders. Then, for each order not issued in this way, choose a different ally Republic clone trooper unit without a face-up order token. Each chosen unit may make a speed 1 move and remove 1 suppression token. Pretty good. Pretty good. Then for the 1 pip, it's called Flow of the Force. It's to the Jedi Knight or the Jedi Knight General. When a unit is issued an order with this card, it may make a recover action. Then it gains 1 aim, 1 dodge, and 1 standby
It's
token.
Iden for clones.
Well, or Obi-Wan for a little less, right? Doesn't have the caveat of being near enemies, but um, yeah, you just get that clairvoyance right back.
All your powers right back.
All your powers, yeah.
You have 3 powers.
I mean, arguably that's the general, right? But the general
Yeah.
doesn't really need all of that because they got the Master of the Force 1, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, these are so good. I mean, Affirmative General is good, as in this is a high mobility game now. Flow of the Force is really good, and you get to take them both. Like, I don't know. You guys gotta give me your ranks. What do you think?
These cards are if you're playing if you're even if you're playing just one of these guys, you have to squeeze in both of them because the free move is nothing to sneeze at, and a lot of the times, you don't mind. This is like a free move. Ahsoka, big squad likes independent. She doesn't have a token. Boom, free move on her already crazy charging unit. Um,
Well, to be exact, it has to be a clone trooper.
yeah, I said Ahsoka, big squad. That's a
Oh,
clone
sorry,
trooper
sorry. You did say
unit.
big squad. Yeah.
Same thing with the 5 shotgun. Right off the rip, you play this 3 pip. Say you have okay in the world where JR needs Anakin, he has Anakin and he has a general or whatever. He plays this card. He gets to give his Anakin his order because he knows he needs his Anakin. He now gets to keep two orders for himself, and give the speed ones to an Ahsoka big squad and an Anakin and a fives big squad. And now you got a free move on an already lethal charging unit. Like that's awesome. And on top of that, it's not rank cap. You could take this card, you could take a naked general or naked whatever, and then you could give your order to whoever you need it, and now you have a scouting arc, and then the following turn after they've gone, you can then give them a speed one. It's like it's crazy mobility. That's a super good card. And then Flow of the Force is just a great card. There's nothing bad about it. Like an aim, a dodge, a standby, and a recover. Like, are you kidding me,
Yeah, with your Sentinel, you could have your Sentinel Jedi.
dude?
Yeah. Uh, so what letter grade would you give the
A
Jedi?
plus, A plus.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's all A.
Yeah, you giving it an A to Nick?
Oh yeah, it's
It's
A almost S, but I won't say
yeah,
S
it's
yet.
So
But
it's
it's
too
so
A.
early. It's too early to
it's
Too
say
early.
S. We have to
I'm
see
gonna
it.
beat you guys to the punch. I'm gonna say S because
Yeah,
there's no reason for me to take Anakin, Yoda, any of those guys anymore. I feel
there,
like these guys are just better.
there's still one reason to take Obi. So it's kind of interesting. No Guardian anywhere
Yeah, that
Sure.
upset
in
me.
And
these.
Anakin
I was
does
hoping
have
they got a
tempted.
Guardian.
Anakin's have tempted, but I think you take these for the lower points
I agree with you.
because
It's
Anakin's
more
160. Am I correct on that? I believe.
naked.
Yeah, just
Probably.
naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 160. Let's just double check to be sure.
I don't know, guys. I feel like they're
So
so. So
170. Oh, 170. Anakin's
yeah,
170.
yeah,
and
Okay,
then
so
these are better than Ahsoka as well. So you
yeah,
could cut
the
yeah.
Ahsoka and Anakin out.
the general giving him the negotiator, the twin lightsabers, the force adept, and the peacekeeping, he's 123.
I know. It's so wild
Nick,
to me.
how can you say that and not say that these guys are gonna get points adjusted? Come on,
You know
Nick.
what's funny is I am
Um,
shocked about Nick's take on this because Nick, I thought he'd be more critical because of the Rebels, but yeah, this to me, this all screams S tier. I think you're gonna see this in every guard list here on out.
You have
yeah,
to take three
And the
commandos
crazy
again
builds.
because
I
the points reductions.
I guess that's the only thing that upsets me. That's 123, and my commander Luke is 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 120 and does
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, I'm so excited for these guys. These guys definitely, in my opinion, could be S tier. Um, okay, moving on. I think we got
That
the
was the most
bottom.
excited we've been in a while on the
Yeah, they
topic.
did a good job on these. Giving away your stuff for free, Jose, is a good call.
Oh, geez. As a clone player, I'm very disappointed that those are zero.
Oh, but moving on,
Uh,
I think we got the bottom of the custom commanders next.
no.
Bottom
You
tier.
you've
You're
flip-flopped on that
no.
so
You
much.
know why? I'm gonna explain myself why here in a little bit.
And we're
The
gonna tell you why you're wrong.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So I'll go first then. I'll go first. All right. I'll read over everything for you guys. Um, uh, Nick, would you like to read the points and the equips?
sure. So the commander is 70 points. He has one doctrine. He can equip three. Are those hard points? Am I
I
saying
think
that?
so. I
Yeah,
think so,
three
yeah.
hard points, one command slot, one comlink, one gear, one weapon. And then the operative is 60 points. He can equip one doctrine, two hard points, one comlink, one gear, two weapons.
Yeah.
So three hard points to two weapons to one being the big
Purge.
differences there.
Yeah, and
The
then the
purge
difference
difference.
is the commander is 10 points more expensive than
Yep.
the
70 to
operative.
60.
But now before I give my opinion on these, we'll do the same thing. We'll wait to the end to give your overall letter grade and everything. So we'll go over our opinions on these doctrines. So there's looks to be two doctrines. One's called Tyrannical Taskmaster. For 8 points, you get this unit gains one hardpoint upgrade slot. At the end of this unit's activation, ready up to one of the exhausted hardpoint upgrades. I feel like it's not called hardpoint, but it looks like hardpoint.
Yeah, yeah. But that symbol's not new, right? We should know that symbol.
No, that's
Right?
a new symbol.
Is
Are you
it?
sure?
Yeah, that's a new symbol. Hardpoint doesn't look like that. Go to your ATRT and pull up the
Let's
hard point. It
see.
does not look like that.
You're
Well,
right. It looks very similar. It looks
what about
very,
that? What
very
about the
similar.
equip the AI? Is equip the AI? Because
It's
that's
not
also a
that
different
either.
logo.
Yeah, the hard point does look very, very similar. It's almost the same. It's so close, but it is a little different.
On the
Um,
as I'm reading the description, it says armaments.
armaments. Oh yes,
Check
it
Grievous. Check Grievous. Oh no, Grievous not have an armament. Check uh what's his name?
Snail Tank.
Cassian. Well, Cassian gets an armament. Has to take his gun, right?
I don't
So
think it's
check
an armament.
Cassian's. Yeah, it is. Is it? It's not
I
an
don't know.
armament.
Hmm.
Looks a
See,
lot like the protocol as well. It's protocol. It's protocols.
protocols.
It's a
It's a
Okay.
protocol.
protocol.
It's a
Which makes
protocol.
Okay.
sense, right?
Protocol.
Putting protocols on your droids.
Yep. It's a protocols.
The next one is seek and destroy for 5 points. Now they both have 2 dots. This unit gains one training slot, gets demoralize one, marksman, and target one. I don't like these doctrines. I think these doctrines are asses.
Really? No, they're
You're
not.
Yeah,
crazy.
The
you're never gonna use the seek and destroy one.
Why not?
Um, we'll get
Are
to
you
it. We'll get
kidding
to
me?
it.
One of these guys is
We'll
built to brawl. What are you
get to it
talking
when we get
about?
to the weapons.
So
Um, Go ahead.
I have to remember the point cost. 5. 5 points for
Sure.
3 keywords and
That's
another
not his hang
slot.
up.
But
That's not
demoralize
his
one,
hang up.
demoralize one, I don't think is that useful. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just don't play demoralize enough to remember it. Maybe that will change in the future.
It's just one
Because
suppression.
I've been seeing demoralize being thrown around on a lot of units now, so I think that might be a
I
little
think it
bit
I think it matters for this unit, and I'll tell you why when we get there.
okay. Marksman is good. Marksman is good. Target one is also good,
Target's good.
but I feel like again I do play full order control. Sometimes I'm not giving my commander an order because I have full order control and I just pull them from the bag. But you're definitely going to give them this if you're going to run a weapon. But we'll get there.
Hmm.
Which you're going to be running all the weapons.
So we'll go ahead and go over the protocols. So there are 7 protocols. Holy protocols, guys. I'll go over them now. They seem to all have 2 dots. The first one's 8 points. It's called Slice Comms. It's a tap ability and a free action. It's important to note because a lot of these are free action. I think all of them are free
They're
action.
all free.
Besides one. There's one that's not.
Yeah.
Choose an enemy unit within 2 and in line of sight of this unit. The chosen unit gains 2 suppression tokens. If the chosen unit has a face-up order token, shuffle the order token back into your opponent's order pool. I think that is a great protocol.
Yes.
But again, I don't know if it's the best. So
I think it is to make one unit a certain way. You're
valid.
I think you do use this one, I think, every time with a certain build.
And I don't think you're wrong on that. I don't think you're wrong on that. Moving on, we got Overclock for 5 points, which is another tap and free action. Choose another ally unit that has the AI keyword within 2 of this unit. The chosen unit makes a speed 2 move, then gains 1 immobilized token. How do you guys feel about this one? Because I'm a little indifferent. I know last week we talked about, or not last week, but a couple weeks ago we talked about how you get something and then you get a downfall or you get something bad. And that's you get this on a protocol.
I
I
love
like
this
do you? Tell me why.
because I no longer have to. So I play when I do my speed 2, I'm using Ruthless with Grievous to get a easy turn 1 shot with my hawk cannon on my B2s. No longer do I have to take a wound to do it. And even if I wanted to do it, now I can combine this. I could do Ruthless and then have the generic tack droid tap it again to get me even further up the board. And some things like the immobilized sometimes don't matter because this also could be very lethal with the melee BXs. It just is a lot of movement for like a low cost because your BXs want to be a melee anyway, so who gives a shit if you have melee and you're immobilized? I mean, you're not gonna get
Well,
force pushed. You can't get
again,
force pushed out.
this is a high mobility game, and sometimes that mobilized token might be the deciding factor if you win or not.
But
But
this
if you
card,
can't
but
force put, you can't force push
yeah,
me.
yeah,
You can't force push me.
this card puts your unit in where it wants to be before it even activates, though. That's the thing.
True,
You have to
true.
withdraw. You cannot push
Yeah.
me off.
And it's also important to note that you can speed two move a aqua droid, you can speed two move a snail tank, you can speed two
Hmm.
move an AT. Like there's a lot
And
of
those
units
bases
that
don't care.
Yeah.
They're so big they don't care.
yep.
Yeah, you just point out something that I think needs to be kind of looked at with all these cards. They are so open on who you can do it to. They're not just like troopers, they're not just like operatives. It's pretty much like almost anything in your army that they affect.
It's almost
Also,
like they're tactical droids.
yeah, also doesn't have also no line of sight necessary
You're
either
right.
on this card.
You're right. Hmm. And I think overclock's great. I'm with you guys. I hate that you give it a mobilize token, but maybe that's not that big of a deal. However,
In the right
now
situation.
as Nick had read out all of the equips you can do, they at least have a minimum of two protocols. So you're slapping at least two protocols on this, if not more. And you could take overclock, and then this next protocol, you could just take away that immobilize token. Let me go ahead and read that for you.
Hmm.
Limiter override for 5 points. It's another tap and a free action. You choose another ally unit that has the AI keyword within two of this unit. Choose and resolve one of the following effects. Remove up to 3 suppression tokens or up to 1 immobilized token from the chosen unit. So that immobilized token you just gave, you're just like, I'm just gonna take that away. The chosen unit gains 1 aim token or 1 dodge token, and then you can ready one of the chosen unit's exhausted upgrade
Yeah.
cards. What are you thinking, Jose?
I love it. I love it. I love it, but it's because of the unit. Like it's going to be attached to. Like I said earlier when we were talking. Goodbye, Kraken. Kraken is now going to find a new home as a B2 or B1 insert. Because you're going to make a better melee Kraken that can do way more on the field and it's gonna be way more versatile. Like this with limiter with overclock, like that's crazy. Because here's the thing, very important. The remove up to three or up to one immobilized token is very good because the amount of applications you can do. So here's the thing. We're scoring on a point, and I know JR, what he loves to do is he loves to run up and force push you off. Well, guess what, buddy? I'm immobilized. You can't force push me off, so now you have to kill me. So therefore, if I don't, since it's a or, I don't have to lose the immobilize after I get it, which is cool. Because a downfall, I feel like a making you choose lets you have an advantage because having immobilized one is an advantage in terms of being pushed, pulled, stuff like that. But the other thing that's cool is I can suppression's a factor sometimes. It can be. This is super cool because sometimes you got a unit that's like, damn, I can't afford to panic right now. Let me just rip that suppression off that unit. Readying another exhausted upgrade card is never a bad thing. Like I feel like the overclock and limiter override were made to just be together on a
You're right.
rushing tactical droid because Kraken was the go-to rushing tactical droid or super tac, but now you can build a rushing super tac that can plant himself in the ground, that can mess with certain things, re-up certain things, and it's just more of a when it's more of a he's more of a nuisance than Kraken could ever dream to be. And I think that that's the cool part about where these things are going because Nick made a point. Um, a lot of these things are very crucial, and there's no line of sight. We're so used to line of sight being like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, you're gonna do that, but can you see him? Can you really see him? Now it's like it doesn't matter. I can feel him on the other side of the
I
wall.
can feel
You know what
communicate.
I mean? An antenna goes up. Oh, he's right there. No, dude, the application of these guys is crazy to me. I think that you run STD spam. It could be a thing, but you're only gonna run three because Kalani is gonna keep his throne regardless. These things are not better than Kalani, but they're better than the regular STD. Or my bad, better than Kraken.
What about you, Nick? Got any opinions on the limiter override?
I think you're going to use it for the ready and exhausted card a lot. That seems like a really good.
Well, what upgrade would you unexhaust?
I mean, you have your weapons on the tanks, right?
Sure, sure.
So you could do that. The B2, um,
The
or
Ha.
or on your other commander out there that also has
Well,
these neat
you can't.
protocols.
You can't
Oh,
because
they don't have AI.
yeah, they don't
That's
have
right.
AI.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's good.
A downfall.
Yeah.
I know. I was hoping to get some sort of AI because I'm over here seeing AI, AI. I'm like, they don't get any AI. So what am I gonna do? All right, my favorite one is this next one. It's just targeting relay for 5 points. It's a tap and a free action. Each enemy unit within 4 and an LOS of this unit gains 1 observation token. Literally, you're giving an observation token to somebody every turn as long as your STD survives.
Maybe two every turn.
Maybe the whole army.
If you have another one out there, you take two of these.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Uh,
Crazy.
And it's only
yeah,
5 points.
and it's only 5 points, and it's range 4. The very first observation token to be given out beyond range 3. At least to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure this.
No, you're wrong. There's one card. There was a card that gives observation to unlimited range.
Oh, what card is that?
The Rebel command card.
Oh, that's right. But you're giving that to yourself. You're not wrong.
Hey,
You're not
leave it to the rebels. We can give you observation with even longer range.
You're like, we could prove you wrong. We could do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We got 3 more protocols to go over. The next one is optimize task flow. For 8 points, you get this unit gains direct AI unit. Pretty good. Directing the AI unit is pretty good. The next one is strategic programming. For 8 points, you can give yourself strategize 1. Pretty good.
Meh.
Pretty good. And the last one is for 5 points, you get enhanced combat subroutines. You get sharpshooter 1 and lethal 1, which is interesting that the way they worded it, when this unit attacks, the attack pool gains lethal 1. Like, isn't that what lethal 1 normally does?
No, because lethal one is normally a weapon keyword.
So you just attack.
So yeah, so I think that's why that wording is there. They just say it adds it because usually your weapon adds it, and this is not a weapon.
I think this is the worst one. I think this
No, this is the only one you take.
No.
You know why this is the only one you take?
Mm-hmm.
You know why this is the only one you take?
Why?
Because you don't need the other two because you're taking King Kalani. So you don't there's your direct,
but
there's
also
your strategize, and then your lethal one, you strategize on yourself, and now you have exemplar, and now your unit gets to spend that dodge for lethal one or the aim for lethal one.
I'm gonna allude to something in my grading on this unit. This is what 16, 21 points, and Kalani has all of this but better. He has direct AI, he has strategize 2, and he has sharpshooter 1 and lethal 1.
But that's what I'm saying. You're not taking these are what I'm saying is you're taking like I said, you're taking Kalani regardless. So it doesn't matter that Kalani has all this because Kalani has all that, but realistically you don't need to worry about the adding the top two to the STDs regardless because Kalani's there. So
Do you want to make
realistically
this
those
a murder
STDs are
bot?
just yes, and that's
Okay.
the thing. Like you can run Kalani and two Krakens, two semi Krakens, and don't have to worry about nothing because Kalani got to strategize and the direct. You're just pitching tokens already. And I'd rather pitch an aim for a lethal than pitch an aim for anything else.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna go over the weapons now. Okay.
See, these are fairly costed.
Oh. You just hurt my soul right there.
You thought they were gonna be free when you read the article, huh?
We went from free lightsabers to now the most
Appropriately
expensive
costed
weapons in all of the custom commanders.
your units are also
No,
35
incorrect.
and how many points cheaper?
No, you're wrong. And here we're gonna go. We're gonna go into this. Okay.
He's crazy, Nick. He's crazy.
The first one is decent. It's Electro Staff. It's This unit gains charge and immune to melee appears, which is nothing to sneeze at. And you get critical one, 2 reds, 2 whites, 2 black. Pretty much you get Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
It's Robo-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. I mean, this one's okay, but I feel like you don't want your STDs to be that close. Could be wrong.
Why
Could be
not?
wrong.
Why
You,
not?
you're
Kraken.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Build the Kraken.
These droids have so many free actions to do things at range 2. They're gonna be close.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's definitely are builds, Nick, that you can do that could be effective, but I just don't know if that's how close you want them to be. I mean, again, it depends on how
The
you run
game's forcing us to be
operative,
this close.
which is you
There's
don't
no
care
downfall to
if the
being this
operative
close.
dies, or commander where you need your commander to stay alive.
You just need Kalani to stay alive. Who cares about the other
You
2 to 3
know,
operatives?
Jose, ironically, you're making my point for me, but we're going to get into that later. Now, the worst weapon in all of the custom commanders, and I want you guys to prove me wrong, the heavy arm cannon that's range 1 to 2. So it's suppressive, 2 reds and 3 whites, all for the price of 20 points is garbage. Prove me wrong.
That is garbage.
It's not garbage.
Why is it not garbage?
It's garbage.
Because you can throw this on your droid with steady and sharpshooter and target and 3 other cards that are free actions to move this unit, give this suppression out. You could have a steady unit that hands out 5 suppression to their opponent a turn.
5 suppression.
Yeah.
Where are you getting 5? Hold on. Let me guess. Demoralize 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the suppressive, which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're talking about the slice comms.
Yep.
Okay.
On a steady unit that could pop out, shoot, do all that, move back.
Sure. But for 20 points.
So that unit I just described to you is like 108, 110.
And I want you to remember that. I want you to remember the price of that. That's 108 for what you just described. I think this weapon is so overcosted.
But no. What in that 108? That's not just the weapon. I have like so many things.
No, I know.
On that guy.
I understand where you're coming from. But for 20 points, you get a mediocre. Okay, aside from all the stuff you take with it, this feels like a mediocre weapon.
You know why it's costing 20
you're taxing
points?
It.
You know why it's costing 20 points?
Mm-hmm. Why?
It's costing 20 points to avoid spam.
Yes. Sure.
I think it costs 20
That's
points.
6 suppression. It costs on 3 units.
It costs 20 points because these units can move and shoot just like all the other units. But on top of that, they could be doing like 3 to 4 additional free actions and influencing the board that other units do not do. If you want to look at when you make these units, how much they can influence on their turn because they're given so many additional free actions compared to any other commander operative on the board. That's why it's 20 points. If it was too low, then it would just be ridiculous. I think you're underestimating how much these units can influence the board without having to take actions.
Well, to be fair, I also think you're underestimating their survivability rate. You gotta do all range 1 and 2.
So that's BS. That's BS.
Okay.
They're red saves. None of my guys have reds that have to pay 15 points to give them red saves. I'm just talking about the customs. So the survivability. So the survivability is the same. The survivability is the same across the board. These guys are more survivable than the Empire and Rebel, and they're maybe a little less survivable than the Jedi. But it's not like this is the game, right? So I think you're thinking more from the standpoint that you always just hide your STD behind a building the whole game. These guys are not for that, and yes,
that way.
And yes, they might die. Just like you told me, my Hondo's gonna die. so
that was Jose. Thank you.
Hondo will die.
So they might, because what can survive in this game? Not much, right? Everything can die. But I will say this: these guys are gonna do so much before they die. They're gonna do so many things before they die.
Enable
because they're doing like 4 extra actions a turn.
But okay, I'm saving it. I'm saving it for the end. I'm saving it for the end.
Which is what CIS is known for, action economy, correct?
I'm gonna save my opinions at the end.
I think they're known for being short-sighted and naive. I think is what it is.
Oh God.
Moving on, we got 2 gears with these guys. You have mobility upgrade for 8 points. Now, what Nick had said, you get scale and steady.
hmm
And then for 5 points, you get expanded data banks, which gives you an extra protocol upgrade slot.
Yep. So your commander could have 4 protocols.
Yeah, yeah, which is fun to
And
build,
it's not
right?
pipped. It's not pipped.
They're not pipped, so
Yep.
it's gonna be fun to build. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this unit, but yeah, steady, great keyword. Scale, it's a good keyword for unhindered units. Going under difficult terrain, and that with steady is really good. But
Just
again,
the fact you can play 4 of these, give them all steady, give them all the heavy arm cannon, and you're only at like what? That's 98 points for the commander, and let's see, is that 88 points, and you can be running steady and handing out 2 suppression on every shot.
I think it's a little bit more than that. If you're talking about everything you
No,
talking about before?
I'm just saying if you just gave him the cannon and just gave him steady.
Gotcha.
What other army can have 4 steady units
You're not
running
wrong.
on the board?
You're not wrong. I want to preface my grade is not going to reflect my funness. I'm going to have a lot of fun with these STDs and just take them on the field. And you're right. I do have some builds with the hand cannon. I just think the hand cannon is so overly priced. But we're going to go down to the command cards.
Wait, we skipped the other one.
Which one?
Which one?
We didn't go over. Oh no, we did.
Yeah,
You're
we did.
good. I thought there was extra weapons. Oh.
I guess so I can give. Well, I'll say my.
Well, we didn't really talk about electrostaff, and I think electrostaff's good too.
No, you're not wrong. I like the electrostaff. I do.
That's perfect for the STD that is staying back behind the building, because when somebody finally does run up with somebody, well, they're not piercing you. You get to charge into them, and you get to throw a lightsaber into them.
No, you're absolutely right. Having immune to melee pierce is really good. Charge is also really good because this is a close quarter game.
Immune to melee pierce helps your survivability.
It does.
Mhm.
It does.
Mhm.
It does.
So they could be up
You're
there
not
in
wrong.
melee.
You're not wrong. They also surge to hit, so it's pretty good. Pretty good. Again, my letter grade is based off one unit only, but we'll get there.
Oh God.
So 2 command cards. Again, you could take the operative and the commander could take these both. The first one is called Tactical Download. Now, I'm a little bit indifferent with this one because I think this one is worse than the Rebel ones.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I was
dude.
waiting to rage. Now I'll just rage now. What are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, you're dumb.
Are
bro.
you're
You just read a card that can
you're
take off immobilize.
You're
What does
comparing
it matter?
you're comparing my crap card that has a restriction to the 3 units it can give and hands out 3 tokens to me, and you can order 3 of pretty much anything you want and you get 8 tokens to use? How is that even
Hold on.
close?
I think we're forgetting that this is a high mobility game. At the cost of reducing that mobility,
you
it's
play
a double-edged
this.
sword.
We just saw that your army gets free moves, and you play this when you don't need that mobility. And I'll say this, and you don't even have to put your tokens on the unit. That is big bullshit.
Ah, yes, yes. Say it, Nick. Say it.
That how you get to choose if you don't want the mobility, and you get to choose in the moment. You don't even have to give the tokens when you place the orders. I have to put with that other crap card and most other cards. I have to put the token when in the command phase. You get to decide any willy-nilly time during the turn if you want to use a token.
True, but at the choose drawback immobilized. Like
you get to pick.
I need to be on those
you get to pick if you want that drawback. You don't have to take it.
I don't want to pick. I want the dodges. I want the aims. I don't want to pick.
You can use the aims and the dodges when having one immobilized token is not going to make a difference. A speed 2 move versus a speed 1 move. Now, to be fair, that doesn't make a difference. That happens that happens all the time where I don't even need the speed to move. I just need to move a little bit to get where I need to be within like near the POI, and then I still get to use the aim and the dodge.
You're not wrong, but it's still huge in my opinion.
No,
Now, we'll
No.
say the way the card is worded, you kind of get the aims for free.
exactly, and you get the aims for free.
But I think they're gonna change that. I could be wrong. Maybe
Nope,
they
they
intended
won't.
that.
No, they're
They
not.
won't.
You don't
Not gonna
think
They
they
want
change
to
it.
sell boxes,
Nope.
JR. We've already went
Nope.
over that. They
Okay.
want to sell these.
So I'll make a blanket statement right now, and I'll be super surprised on nothing changing on these for a year. Nothing.
Well,
The-
what I'm saying is they. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Because I feel like if they
and that's
needed to
if
correct something, they would have done.
and I'll say that's a big if anything changes on these.
Okay, that's fair point. We're gonna go ahead and read those. Tactical download. You get to put 3 AI units or droid trooper units. Place 4 aim tokens and 4 dodge tokens on this card. Each time an allied droid trooper unit or an allied unit with the AI keyword attacks or defends this round, it may spend 1 token on this card as if that unit had that token. If it does, for each token an ally unit spends in this way, after the effect is resolved, that unit gains an immobilized token. Now, go ahead. Say your thought.
It's so flexible. It's so flexible. Droid trooper or AI unit, aim or dodge. I mean, it's 3 units of this. So that's and actually what kind of about both of these releases, the flexibility that all the command cards used by either Jedi and CIS, the upgrades, put them on anything. The Rebel and Empire, that's one thing they were not as good at. They were much more restrictive on who can play what and who could use what. They had some things they shared, but they had a lot of things you couldn't share. And you're getting 8 tokens. What command card, besides like what even Yoda's is only 6, what command card gives you 8 tokens to use?
Potentially malls.
Potentially, but see, potentially not a guarantee, right?
Sure.
This is 8 from the jump.
You're not wrong, but I'm gonna have to stand with the Knicks a couple of weeks ago. The drawback.
So
Command card should not have drawback.
no. So okay, remember what I said though. Remember what I said. I understand if you're going to give a card a drawback, if it is doing something way beyond anything that the game normally does, right? You're getting what other thing in the game lets you put tokens, 8 of them, to use as you choose throughout the turn. That is game defining. That is different, right? My card gave me 3 dodges that I had to put on a unit. That other cards do that. Other cards give 3 tokens. That was not new. That was not game altering. That was standard. Giving a drawback to a standard thing, that's dumb. I understand the drawback on this because you are doing something that other command cards don't do. This is new. There's not other command cards that do this. This is new. A drawback's okay.
Well, I mean, there are cards that do this.
And the drawback again is not a token for your opponent. This is not giving your opponent aims. This is not giving your opponent observation notes. It's giving you mobilized tokens. We have a lot of different cards that give you negative tokens to yourself when you do something. I mean, burst of speed, right? A lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's also different. The rebel card is giving a positive token to the opponent. That is not normal. That is not normal. Our cards don't give positive tokens to the opponent.
I would argue that immobilized tokens are worse than observation.
So, but that's not what I'm saying though.
True.
So we have a lot of things that give ourselves mobilized tokens, give us negative effects that we control on ourselves. No cards give green tokens to your opponent. No cards do that.
Sure.
Except now the Rebel Command card that does it.
Yeah.
That gives me 3 dodges and you get 8 tokens.
Yeah, but I get immobilized tokens it's like a double-edged sword.
You get to decide if you want to use it. You get to decide if it's going to hurt you or not.
In front of my face and like, do you want to eat this?
And like we already said, the aims are free. You got the mobilize is coming off at the end of the turn.
To be fair, you don't think they're gonna change the wording of the aims? That's just a workaround.
I don't think so. I guess I don't think so. I also said no, not gonna change it
Interesting. I think they would change that, but again, I could be wrong. That's
because
just
because it is still somewhat hindering because it does mean you have to move then shoot. Because if you shoot and use the aim, well, now you do have the mobilized token when you move, right? So
mm,
it is possible that a mobilized token could affect you on your turn.
sure,
You just have to make sure you do what you want to do before before you spend the aim and shoot.
sure.
So it is still, it's not like they wrote a card that just doesn't apply the mobilized token. It still could. You just could choose not to have it affect you.
Right. Well, we'll see. I don't like it. I don't
So,
like it one bit.
so, so
I want
normally,
everything free. Dang it.
so normally everything that you want to move is gonna move before you normally would move your operatives or commanders. So I don't think the immobilize is that bad if you're spamming your STDs, your custom STDs, because you have a card that can remove a mobilized token from a unit. So even if you were to spend one dodge or two dodges or one dodge, one aim, whatever, the immobilize is not going to be so disruptive because you have a free mitigator in your army.
And here's the thing too. This would be a totally a good example that'll come up in practically every game. I could you imagine walking up to a POI when you've played this card? So Jay, you've played this card, you have four dodges, and I need to get your B1 squad off the POI. They're already there. So I walk up to them and now they have these dodges that I can't
Well,
that
to be fair, they only have
it is
one dodge.
it's one, but one plus whatever else you've given them, plus the dodge they take in. I mean, you're everyone's
That-
telling me that Hondo is gonna be so great because he has three dodges on him. I, so
But I don't think one dodge makes a difference. I
I
mean, it
think
does.
I
Don't get me wrong, it does because I always advocate that a dodge
it,
does matter.
it,
Also,
it can make a difference,
also
especially
if
on a big
you're
on a six eight unit 6 man or 8 man squad.
Sure,
Also, if
sure.
you're on a if you are already up where you need to be on a POI, it's once again I stand by it. If you're already on the POI where you need to be, it doesn't hurt you to have an immobilized token because A, you're not gonna want to move off that POI anyways, and B, it prevents you from being force pushed off a
Hmm.
POI.
You're
Yeah,
not
that's all.
wrong. You're not
Yeah,
So
wrong.
once again, so when I'm hearing you saying this is a downgrade, I'm thinking of you're thinking of positioning already. I think this card you're playing when you don't mind when it's a round four, round five, and you need to score, you need to not be pushed off, you need to maximize your anchoring into the ground, you need to maximize staying here, you need to maximize survivability. You don't mind losing the pip war and letting your opponent go first because you're gonna stack four aims, and when they need to rush onto that point, you're gonna have, let's say, B2s. You're gonna have B2s throwing six, eight dice, and you're gonna have an aim. You're gonna have a dodge. That's not including any type of, like I said, you're playing these guys with Kalani on top of the strategization. Even then, it's AI unit or trooper unit. Well, four dodges on a situational awareness snail. Come on now,
Yeah.
you're not punching anything through.
Again, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
You are
I
crazy.
I would agree with.
We'll revisit this when you're like, all right, guys, you know what? I changed my mind.
And I'm okay to be wrong. I'm okay if like I'm just like, oh, I was wrong. Like this is amazing, and I'm okay with that because I'm being very critical of these STDs because they're in my faction, and that's what calls for my due diligence is to criticize these bad boys.
You're comparing them to
And,
the best SC you got, which is
yeah,
Kalani, which isn't fair.
and
It
I'm
is
not
fair.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to argue this is the greatest command card ever. I think it's pretty good though, and I think it does something that other command cards don't do. But don't you dare compare to that piece of crap rebel card that I got.
All right. I won't
That
compare it to that.
bullshit card, Nick. That bullshit
Yes.
card.
Okay, moving on to the one pip. The one pip is exterminate. It's for the super tactical command droid. When super tactical command droid is issued an order, this unit gains demoralized too. Again, I must be missing something with Demoralize because they're handing that out like hotcakes.
Well, I think you're missing what these guys can do with Demoralize and a suppressive weapon and another card that just hands out 2 suppression. So now once per turn with that guy we built, you can give somebody 7 suppression.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I've seen that build, and I'm just like, okay, that might be something. So again, totally agree with that. Additionally, the first time this round, the Order Super Attack Droid defeats an enemy unit after the effect is resolved, the Super Attack Droid may make a free attack action, even if it has already made an attack action
Oh,
during the
so
attack animation.
good.
Sounds good.
It is, but I just, again, I don't think you take the hand cannon. I just don't think it's worth it.
I think it, but well, I think it does
You can
if
take both, I thought.
you could take 2 shots. I mean, and again, this card maybe is not this card. I think this card's fine. Maybe you don't bring
Yeah.
this card. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know, but I think I think what you have here is 2 decent cards that you
Sure.
could play with your units, right? When we saw the Rebel and Empire, they only had really 1 decent card, I would say.
Fair. And yeah, like I feel like the Jedis are really good. These are, like
Yeah.
you said, they're good. And then you got the Rebels and the Command Empire, just like, right?
We had 1 really good Rebel. I mean, we know that Rebel 1's going to be good.
Yeah, that past one.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, time for letter grades, people. My letter grade is a C. And you want to know why it's a C?
Okay, just be quiet. Just be quiet.
Stop talking.
It's because what literally Jose had said every time we went over the thing is Kraken's garbage now, but he never said anything about Kalani. You want to go about comparing units, Nick? Literally,
Okay.
Kalani does everything of these better. Now, aside from
Nope.
the unique stuff, for 85 points, you get more value than you do equipping things.
So Kalani does nothing that these
Whoa.
guys can do.
That's not true.
No, Kalani cannot charge, cannot steady, doesn't have a decent weapon, doesn't have 6 extra free actions he can do a turn.
Weapon, that's bold.
Wait, isn't Kalani
Her
just throwing
weapon's
3
not
black?
good.
Yeah, but I mean, the hand cannon, I want to say, is a decent weapon. I disagree with you on that.
I think that's a decent. It's
Because
decent. I think it's decent. It's better than Kalani's weapon.
But Kalani could shoot his black safely at range 1 to 3. Now, arguably, that's the same for their weapon profile, the STD. But you get strategized too, which is arguably the better thing to have. Direct AI unit, and then one of the best keywords in all of the game history, exemplar. Right?
And you know what you're
none of these
buffing with
STDs
Kalani?
don't get any exemplar.
So,
and then reinforcement and sharpshooter 1.
but why are you comparing Kalani to
Because you
these
have
guys?
to. You have to.
No,
you don't.
no.
Okay.
Because they don't do the same thing.
These guys are brawlers.
They do not do the same thing. If they created you a support super tactical droid, then yes, you can compare these Clyde. That's not what they gave you. They gave you tactical droids on steroids with all this extra stuff they do. Now, I'm not saying don't bring Kalani. Bring Kalani and then bring 3 of these guys. Like
that's what I said.
They unlike some of the Rebel and Imperial and even the Jedi, those unit cards that they gave us, those customs, they are pretty much direct replacements of a lot of the units we bring. Like there's like no reason to bring some of the other cards now, to bring the named characters, because those customs do what they do and more. I agree that Kalani does some things that these guys can't do, but these guys also do way more things that Kalani can't do. They're not direct replacements. Bring both.
Okay, so now to be fair, when you're building an army, you're trying to min-max, right? Well, not everyone's trying to min-max, but you get way more value from Kalani at 85 points. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keywords, and you're probably at 100 points, if not more, to give the same amount of keywords.
No, you can give.
But they're getting more actions than Kalani.
Oh,
so here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jay.
Sure,
here's
they
the
get
thing.
a lot
Hold
of free action, and I understand that. But
things that are new, things that aren't being done today. You don't have, like, Kalani can't just move a character. Kalani can't just hand out suppression.
And I
Like,
totally understand that, but like again, you got to get them in range two, and
And that's the what?
that's
What are
well,
you
deadly.
talking about? Hold
you
on,
have
hold
to
on, hold on,
you
hold
have to
on.
get them in range two of
You have to get
your
range two
guys.
any
Well,
you
sure that one, but slice comms you got to get them in range two.
Sure.
Jay.
They're
Didn't you just
they're
tell me you're gonna be in
vulnerable to
range
Pierce.
two in this game anyways?
Again,
So what are you talking
again,
about?
when STDs go into range two, it's because you're desperate to get on the POI,
These
right?
guys want to be
And
there.
I know that's the goal. The goal is
Did
that
Kraken? All right,
these guys want.
let me
They
explain
have
this.
a lot of
Did
again
Kraken?
they have a lot of
Hold on,
gadgets. They could
I'm
do
gonna ask you a
steady.
question.
Okay,
Did
go ahead.
Kraken not want to be in range two of things? Did you play Kraken and
No.
Kalani the same way? No. Okay, so these guys are better Krakens. Here's why they're better.
Okay.
Kraken can move up, punch you in the face, and strategize something
Okay.
or
So
override something.
here's the thing
These
that you kept
guys
saying. You
can
keep
go
saying that
up. These
Kraken is irrelevant. I would argue that Kraken is a better melee unit than these guys because
no.
Kraken has four reds in melee and lethal one, and he has charge and exemplar all natively for 80 points.
But
Is Kraken immune pierce?
you can have a super attack at 70 with 6 dice charge and immune melee pierce.
Sure,
So
sure.
once
That's
But
at
again,
70,
but
and
that's
that's not putting anything else at 70
but
points.
that's
You
not
still
your
have points to
Kraken
commander.
can get
spend.
up there.
That's your
Hold
operative.
on. Kraken can
Yeah.
get up there, and then he's gonna get shoulder checked by Anakin, by Vader, by Dooku. These guys can
Exactly.
get up there.
That's the
Hold on,
same.
no, these
Whatever
guys
you
can get
apply
up
here, you got to
there.
apply to these guys.
Yeah,
No, you
they could
can't
be
because Kraken's
immune.
not immune
They could be
pierce.
immune pierce.
Once
Sure,
again,
These
they could
my
guys
be
could be
point
immune
immune.
is
They could be
pierce.
immune
my
melee
point
pierce.
is, and then here's the thing.
And
Kraken,
I get
using
it.
Nick's logic here, hold on, using Nick's logic here, Kraken cannot suppress Anakin in one shot. Kraken cannot suppress Dooku in one shot. With Nick's build, as dumb as it may be, he has the power, even with the command
Why don't you
card,
be the best
to
build?
suppress
Again, that's
one
not my
of
point.
many
That's not
scalpel
my point.
units.
Again, that's not my point. My point isn't that you could do all these amazing things with SCD. I think they're all amazing. I think those builds are awesome. I think there's a build for going steady. I think there's a build for suppression. I think there's a build for support. There's amazing builds for these guys, but they start to cost a lot, right?
They
And
don't
They
cost that
don't
much.
cost a lot.
to compare to the counterpart, you get, in my opinion, more value with Kalani. Kalani's like the poster boy here, right?
We're
Because
not saying you don't bring Kalani.
I
Strategize two
We
is
I
both said you
so
bring
good.
Kalani
And
I think
anyways.
I know you could bring Kalani. And again, I have lists for those two. You bring Kalani, but I'm comparing them to Kalani because they don't take over the STD slot because they've got two unique STDs that it's just when comparing them, when you build these STDs to about 100 or something, you take away from your army, right? Now, my army is not super
No.
expensive.
everything's so cheap in your
It's
army.
you're
Yeah,
right.
you gotta.
It's not. You're right. I'm not saying it's cheap. I mean expensive. I'm not arguing there. I'm just saying for the value, for the
No,
points,
because
I,
you
I,
get.
I don't I don't I don't
the
think you're giving
facilitating
I don't think
the
you're giving proper
facilitating you're
value
doing.
to these. I don't
Yeah,
think you're
you're
giving
not.
proper value.
You're
Yeah.
rating these things as how JR plays CIS for the last 20 years. Yes, the game hasn't been out long as a joke. Your JR's play style is I'm gonna have Kalani in the back. I'm gonna have my little cheap droids running around, and I'm gonna have about 3 or 4 focus pieces that Kalani can facilitate, which is fine. Okay. But in the army of maximizing action potential, these guys open up way more because the Kalani can facilitate like I always say it's a she. I know it's not, but Kalani can facilitate like she normally does. But the cool thing is on these STD units that want to be into, that want to be very aggressive, that want to get bonuses and help are also providing you something that no other army has, which is free access to multiple free actions, up to 4, which is allowing you to do something within your army that no other army can do.
And,
Now, regardless, if you take these guys away, you're cheating yourself out of economy because you're missing out on the extra things you can be doing, like suppressing an Anakin, panicking. So bring them to heal. One of these units can score. You bring them to heal the 2 point like that. If no effort whatsoever. Just I have the points. I have the weapons. Here's 5 suppression. Give me my freaking free point. And that free point can matter.
Again,
Like
I'm not disagreeing that these guys have a uniqueness and
I'm
that
not saying you're
they
disagreeing. I'm
have
saying you're
these.
not. You're
No,
pigeonholing yourself.
I'm not pigeonholing myself. I see these builds and I think these builds are amazing. I think they could be a lot of fun and everything, but efficiency for the efficiency of their cost points,
They
I
are
think
efficient.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
saying
ask
they're
you one
not.
question.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
saying they're not.
Let me ask you a
I'm
question.
saying Kalani's better.
Name me. Yeah, we're
Okay,
not
okay,
saying she's
that's the
not.
real question. The real question is, are these guys better than Kalani?
Can Kalani stop Anakin, Dooku, or Vader? Up
Yes,
Vader.
yes,
She can stop them from scoring.
yes. You
Wait,
see my
how?
you see my
How?
Aqua Droid here with a bunch of
But okay,
bazillion
but
aims.
then, but
No,
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 no.
no.
Like you tell me a
Anything could,
Nick, you can't.
anything could
Wait,
do
no, no, no. Like you tell
that.
me a Nick, you can't add stuff. I asked you a
No, no,
basic
okay.
question. Can Kalani?
You're pigeonholing me into
No,
you're
because
backing me into a
you
corner.
tell when Nick is
Okay,
having comparisons with you, you tell Nick flat out, we can't compare these to another unit. We can't do that. What I'm comparing it is Kalani, an STD. Can Kalani stop Op Vader,
again, what you're doing is
Dooku, or
you're
Anakin?
giving yourself a scenario where you win. What I'm saying is that
I'm
in my opinion, I think Kalani is still more effective
So,
because of the
but okay,
points.
I'll change the question. Don't
Okay.
you think it would be useful in some cases to have a unit that could stop those characters?
Yes, and I agree. I think now
Okay.
we're getting into the
Because
probability. It
to stop those characters, is you don't have to spend that many points.
now
It's cheaper than Kalani. It's
cut them
cheaper.
down one action. They're
get
still
the
hampered.
seven suppression
No, no, to just have some to have something
to
that
immune. Uh,
could support your back line.
again,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah. And again, like I said, I think Kalani's still more efficient because of what he dishes and gives.
He no, so he's efficient with what he can do. These are also
You're adding
efficient. These are
you're
also
adding
efficient because they are doing things that Kalani can't do.
you're adding sprinkles on your already good cake. You're already a obese cake.
I know.
And that's the whole point.
That's
Kalani
the
can
thing
still be
and
Kalani.
I'm
These
not
things don't take away what Kalani's doing. These things actually could emphasize and make Kalani's job easier. When Kalani doesn't have to worry about more than just handing out tokens, these guys can carry that weight on those certain objectives.
again. I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I just
Sure,
think
wait, sure
Kal-
sounds like you're disagreeing with
well,
us.
no,
Yeah, you're
no, you're
disagreeing.
disagreeing with me because I
I
just think
I
Kalani does it better.
oh, so we're disagreeing with you because
She is better. We're not
because
saying she's not.
you've actually kind of painted yourself in this corner, JR, because you notoriously always undersell anything CIS. and so yeah, so
But okay,
we can't trust
but
your
to be
flawed
fair,
judgment.
I hope you guys know the sarcasm there. If not, if you don't see the sarcasm, I can't help you guys. I can't because Jose hit the nail on the head, right? I'm just complaining about what kind of sprinkles I want on my cake. Is essentially what's going on here, right? Um, but
Jara wants the same shitty Subway sandwich he's been having for the last 3 years because it's good enough.
no. Um, okay, what letter grades would you guys give it?
A's.
I'm gonna say A because to give it S without it seeing the field is too much of a thing to do. I here's what I'm saying. If in practice you can build two of these things and they can do what in theory we think they can do, it's a very powerful thing they can do because outright panicking a Jedi is hard to do with anything. You got to do 3, 4, 5, 8, 12 shots. Panicking anything courage 3 or more is almost impossible. Um, with the specific build, these things can do it. And the crazy thing is, you can be put in a
Are you
position
saying you
where
could do this to every force user?
no, no, no. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't get the panic, there's a good shot you can get them down to one action.
No, you can't.
And and you can't?
No,
Why do you say that?
You could get Darth Vader to one action.
I already
The
said Op Vader.
yeah,
I
obviously.
said courage. I said
And
and I was very specific in saying courage three.
and that,
What I'm saying is I've played you in games where you're gonna move your big piece onto a POI and there's nothing I can do to stop it from scoring. You're gonna sit there. Well, for instance, your game with Dallin, when you sat those Wookiees there, and you're like, Dallin's like, damn, I can't do nothing about this. Well, if Dallin had the build that Nick has, panic those Wookiees. Now I can move on. It
But
doesn't even matter if you're stuck
Dallin
there.
Dallin did do something. He almost got me off that
Um,
point.
no, no, but I'm saying he doesn't. With just a flick of a wrist and a command card, those Wookiees now need to kill they're killing, or they're just gonna get panicked and not score. What I'm saying is the ability to even go, because remember, panic is checked at all times. At the end of at the turn, a very focal point turn, if you can time it, play it right, you can move in and potentially panic something and turn that point right there. I'm just saying that the utility of these things is so good, but these are just theories. We need to see it perform in practice. And to be honest, we've gone to a point where if something can do something really good, it's automatically stapled. Jedi and Force users already don't have the best of times right now with this current setup, and I feel like these STDs are now can be potentially a bigger issue for an already struggling unit in some cases, which is another another tool in the toolbox that you have. I'm not taking away nothing from Kalani. I love Kalani. She's bae. But these guys, I mean, essentially they gave you better build up calluses, I guess?
You know what I
Because
think?
callus don't get four free actions.
I
what?
I I, I think Kalani is like this is gonna be Kalani and his posse. That's what it's gonna come down to.
No, that's what it might well be.
I'm
Eh,
trying to think. Trying to think. Are there any other units that have steady and suppressive weapons? I'm looking, and I can't think of one
Flame
offhand.
snows.
Yeah,
S Snows have suppressive?
You
on
can put
their
the suppressive grenade.
the suppressive grenade.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had to give them the grenade, so that's range one. Okay, so a range two weapon on a unit that can that has steady with suppressive.
You're getting.
um
I just don't like how close you have to get. I want it
But
to
it
be.
you're gonna be there
I
anyways.
but
want
it's
all of
steady.
what you guys are talking about.
It's steady. Pop
I
out,
know,
pop back.
but the slice comms, the other one, the overclock, all that, I want that all to be range four, baby. Give it to me range four.
But why? But so my thing is, you're thinking about this in terms of you don't want Kalani or a regular attack droid into. You have no problem putting Maul into. You have no problem putting a
Well,
Jedi
they're
into.
designed to be
These
into.
guys, but these guys are designed to be into.
So that steady suppressive, just that, just those two upgrades. They're not unique. You could bring four of those. You could bring
Yeah,
four units that's steady suppressive, and
No,
that's
no,
but
that.
you gotta
hold
have
on.
Kalani. You gotta have Kalani. You're going big three.
Well,
To be
okay,
fair, to be
three.
fair, I will fight you guys tooth and nail that the hand cannon is too expensive.
Well, here's the thing. I think that's what I was saying. I think it has to be because look at the flexibility. Where are the pips? There's no pips on a lot of this stuff. And it could go on everything. If it was cheaper, it would be super broken.
Yeah,
But if we're gonna argue that like the Jedi's got their sabers for free,
But
that
even with
was dumb though. We agreed that that's dumb.
but even with the Jedi's being for free, they are still costing more than these when you kit them out. The Jedi's are costing more, and that's before we even put force powers on them. Now, I'm not saying that the Jedi's are not good. They are very good. But I think if you had putting points on the sabers would have not done what they wanted to make these cheaper than your Jedi's to pick. And if they put it, then they would have been too expensive just in the terms of they needed to be cheaper than the other options. So yeah, the Jedi's are good too, but your unit cards are starting again 30 and 25 points, 35 and 25 points less than the Jedi ones.
You know what it is, Jay?
well,
Remember the good days when you would run Kalani and then a regular attack droid?
mhm.
All this is now is Kalani is the tac droid, and these guys are the Kalanis. Kalani's now gets to take a backseat and cruise
They're like, I'm
while
the
handing
captain
these
now.
guys. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like before, your little guy, your little tac droid was like, "Here's my AI direct," while Kalani's doing the heavy lifting. Now Kalani gets to sit back in her hammock and just toss stuff out while these guys go to town. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of those eye-opening moments where you're gonna run it as a joke, and John's gonna run Ahsoka and Anakin at you, and you're just gonna shut them down,
I'm not
and you're
saying
gonna,
it's not going to be good. I'm just saying Kalani's better. But
but you're gonna bring her regardless,
I
so
do
that
want to
doesn't matter.
preference that, like, if you were to deck out what you were talking about with these custom super tac droids, what does it come up to? Like
I
115?
mean, I have a couple of different bills. Well, one's at 91. One with a lot of stuff is 116, but that's I put a lot of stuff on it. So but that's the thing that the flexibility, the flexibility.
But for
Bring
115, you could have a Jedi Guardian and yeah, for 115, just slap on Jedi Guardian and that's it. And that's the
but
commander.
That's more
but
expensive though because the core itself and the body that's in is a
yeah,
lot more
and that
expensive.
Jedi's not going to be 115, right? Because you're going to put force powers on him.
Sure, sure, sure.
So it's really not. It's I know it's really not 115. Your droid's done. He's built. The Jedi's not done.
Right.
If you put
Like
force
six,
push, that's one
So
that's
what did we learn,
155.
boys? We learned
We
bring
learned
three of these of Kalani.
we
like hold
learned
on,
we learned that we now play the game Space Wars,
J
generic
J
space battles on your
Jay's big.
tabletop.
JR's big on naked B1 or B1s, right? That's his cream of the crop. Nick, six naked B1s is only 228 points for six activations. And
Yeah.
this man is crying about Kalani and some
Sir,
extra
I'm allowed
sprinkles.
to have my cake and cry too, okay? All right? That's what I'm allowed to do. Now, I am going to point out that the exterminate command card looks freaking awesome with that spider legs.
Those are
Eh,
Deca legs, right?
I think he looks kind of stupid.
What? He looks, you what, Nick? You are right. Why? Because he has the hand cannon and he's not even shooting it because he knows, what's this going to do? I
No,
paid 20 points for this.
he hasn't shot because look, he used the other blaster to take down the tree. Now he's going to shoot the next one to suppress them.
Because that tree can't suppress them.
Yep. Trees have
Uh,
infinite courage.
but I digress. These guys are going to be great. I can't wait to play them.
I
And
gotta buy two of
if you
them.
see me
Ugh.
playing them with the hand cannon, you can't call me a hypocrite. Calling it now. All right, moving on, boys. I think I kept you guys here long enough. Jose, any last words?
Uh, I said that these Build-A-Bear units are gonna be dumb. They're dumb.
Well,
They
hold
do
on.
look like a
I
lot
don't
of.
know what you're referencing. Dumb in a bad way or in a good way.
Overpowered
I
way.
don't overpowered. Like we just
What we hope for.
these
Yes, I agree.
like I feel like we're gonna get to the. I hope I'm wrong, but I can see four generic Jedis carrying guard to places that they shouldn't be. Um,
I don't think competitive
I
wise, no.
I think so. I think
I think
so.
for fun, yeah, you run four
No,
Jedi's.
you're gonna see it. It's gonna be so. Here's the thing.
I think it could be
We've seen
good.
we've seen
But see, here's the
things.
thing: is you're bringing a sword to a gunfight.
Yeah, a sword that's has prepared positions and starting at the
I
edge of
mean,
the deployment
And a
zone
you could
sword
do
with
and a
some
with
sword
with
burst of
with
speed.
burst of speed it could use every other turn.
and clairvoyance that it can use when it wants to. No, I'm just saying the same way we've seen. So if anything, if 2.0, 2.6 Legion has taught me anything,
Space Wars.
it's that anything in the Wild Wild West right now can be productive. Mowgli's 23 naked activations. You got the other guy with Lando Mando,
The disrespect.
Melando. It begs the question of is when you think about this, Seven Sabers was a gimmick because of the things it was attached to. You can do a list like that in Gar now, and because it's cheap, have it be way better than that Seven Saber list ever could dream of being. Um, and I think that it's just gonna take the right cook, the right game plan, and I think that it could be, and that's what scares me because my whole thing about these build the troopers is I fear that they're gonna replace the characters that we like. I feel like if you have a choice of bringing a character that you like because you like them versus optimize play, you will have no problem sitting down, Ahsoka to bring a better, cheaper unit, which is
Well,
breaks my heart.
that's competitive for you, right? That's always going to be the thing. But
No, no,
if you're just playing to have fun, like you'll bring your favorite
you
characters.
can't have fun when you're getting stomped on. I'm sorry, I don't care what world you live in, Jared. There's been no game we've played, me and you, where I haven't been a little salty because I got shit on.
But to be
And I
fair,
and
I
we're
never bring the same list twice.
no, no, I'm not saying you do. What I'm saying is I've been on the receiving end of the shit kickings, and not one of them has been fun. And that's with our little plastic
Well,
man.
here's a better question for you: Are you
And
gonna
those are
be
the casual games.
are you gonna be buying a custom Jedi?
I already had. I was buying. I told you I was gonna buy a box because I was gonna use them for my arcs,
So if you buy, if you could get four and you run that list, I'll run the four STDs.
and I'm gonna get creamed because you're gonna panic my Jedi. Um. So yeah, no, no. I hope they on paper look good. I hope they're not because I don't
They
want to
are.
replace.
No,
They
I
are.
don't.
they are.
I know,
They are.
I know, but
They're gonna be good.
it was a problem I had. Like I don't want to replace the characters that we know and love for these nobodies. Might be a little bit different with droids because like droids are nobody anyways. But we do have a platform like Kalani, who no matter how good these things are, Kalani ain't going nowhere. That can't be said for the other armies. Maybe Anakin, but I just scared that we're that this is gonna be the direction that the game is gonna be going because nobody thought we were gonna have a squad operative when we have Bad Batch. That lays precedent for us to have more squad affiliate sections. So to me, it's like, if these sell really good and are really cracked, and the numbers are there and everything's good, everybody loves them, the next step would be customizable core, customizable this. And once again, and not it doesn't hurt so much in the core, but when you're running a customizable core, well, now that gets rid of my fives and echo because maybe they can't be put in there. I don't know. It's scary, but either way, these units look fun. I'm gonna get the STDs because they look very cool.
They do.
Um, lightsabers criminal, but other than that, that's they're dumb, and I knew they were gonna be dumb. I just didn't think I was prepared to see what I saw on these pages. Like it's scary where this is going.
Amazing. All right, Nick, any last
Custom
words?
heavies.
I get to have one last trip in the sun before these come out at LVO, and then it all ends.
Oh, which speaking of that, have you decided you are going to LVO? I
Yes,
mean, duh,
I
you are going to LVO, but are you going for Legion?
I am playing Legion, so I can play Star Wars Legion one last time before it becomes Space Wars Legion.
AMG, don't listen to Jose. You know, these guys are amazing. Amazing. I love what you're doing with these custom commanders and everything. However, I think you should have made all my STD upgrades free. But that's just me. All right. See you guys later.
See you.
Like,